My name is Tetyana Horner, and I'm a weaver. I'm also a doll maker from Ukraine. I weave blankets, I weave fabric. Currently, I'm working on a rushnik. It's a traditional towel. It's in blue and yellow colors. And I'm using a traditional pattern. My grandma was a weaver, but she never taught me. She lived in the northern part of Ukraine, and I was born in the south. She stopped practicing her tradition. It's not because she was so busy with children and all the housework. It's because of the availability of fabric that was manufactured, commercially produced. In 2013, I went to see my grandma before she passed, and I saw her rushniki, traditional towels that she wove many years ago, and I was inspired. That's when I understood that I wanted to learn weaving. And I also went to Multnomah Art Center and saw the studio with about 60 looms there in one big room. Something clicked then. I understood that this is the place I need to be. And I signed up right then for a class. In November and December, the Revolution of Dignity started in Ukraine. That was a chance for me to support Ukraine. I felt like I was connecting to my people and to my country by doing something Ukrainian. But then I was starting to get interested in the history of weaving. When I was growing up, I didn't know a lot of things about Ukraine or Ukrainian culture. Everything was Soviet, which automatically became Russian. Ukrainian art and culture survived in diaspora when it was not practiced in Ukraine, when it was oppressed or banned in Ukraine or in the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. Immigrants who came to the United States, Canada, Australia, and countries in South America too, brought their culture with them, and they were able to preserve it and share it with the community where they lived. There is this need to have something that makes you feel at home when you are far away from home. Weaving let me tie myself to the Ukrainian culture. It sounds cliche because weaving has threads, but those threads did help me find myself. This is a traditional pattern from Ukraine. It's called yalinka. It is the herringbone pattern. It is one of my favorite patterns. This is the honeycomb pattern in yellow and blue. I made it because my father was a beekeeper, and I'm proud of it too. I think it was almost perfect. You know, there is a saying that you can't make everything perfect because you're not a god. So weavers, and I know in other cultures they do the same thing. They leave a little something, some kind of imperfection. But this one, I think it was perfect the way it was. If there was a mistake, you can't see it. This is one of my favorite. It uses an 8-point star, which is a traditional Ukrainian pattern, also used in other art forms, in pisanka decorating, also patterns that are used on wood, in wood burning. We may see something that we like and we want to make the exact same thing, but once you start weaving, you see that it's not going the way you planned, and sometimes just being free or expressing something in a different way like sets you free and makes you feel free. We use weaving in Ukrainian events through our community organization, the Ukrainian Foundation. We have weaving looms or weaving frames, and anyone can come and sit a little bit at the table and weave on the loom and see how it goes, how it flows. but I want to share it with the people, especially the younger people in our community, so this art form keeps on living. My apprentice's name is also Tetyana. I met her at a festival in 2019. She paints Petrikivka style paintings. It is a pleasure to teach someone who wants to keep this tradition going and also plans on sharing it. Since the war started, there is the need for Ukrainians to come together as a group and practice any kind of art. At one of our gatherings, women and children came, and we were able to sit and relax in someone's home and share stories, and also make something by hand on a small loom to produce something that connected us to our ancestors, to our country, to our culture, share their emotions, share their feelings, concerns about their relatives who are in Ukraine, and also feel relieved. This is the part of healing for our community. Weaving helps us heal and hope for freedom and peace.